Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Dick Patten, along with my director, Ian Marks, and it's a good pleasure to have you here on this January winter night. And with me, I have Amanda Tebbets and off camera, Dawn Lambert from the Girl Scout Troop. Is it 2386?
22386.
22386. There's the other two hiding. Now, where is that located, Amanda? Is that Concord, Loudon?
Concord.
Concord.
We actually meet in the building.
That's right. You meet over here at Immaculate Heart. That's right too. That's great. It's a good place to meet. And I'm sure, as you well know, January is Girl Scout Cookie Drive Month.
Yeah.
Every year since I can remember, January was always Girl Scout Cookie Month. And of course, the Girl Scouts have changed dramatically from when I was a kid. They used to have these long green dresses. Well, not long dresses, but they were a green dress or a skirt and a blouse. And then they had their hats, the green, I can't think what they're called, but their hats. And they would come around, and they really only had one type of cookie to sell, and that was a sugar cookie. And they were delicious too. And they would go around to house in selling cookies. And now, of course, over the years, the Girl Scouts and Brownies have changed their attires. I can see you have like basically a vest on now, right?
Yeah, just the simple vest.
Yeah, with all your badges, and a little bit later you're going to talk to me about your badges. And so it's changed a little bit. But how many cookies have you got this year? What kinds do you have for sale?
I actually don't know how much.
Yes. Well, let's see what you got. You got, I see. Wow, you got quite a few there, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's see, you've got the, well, I see the
Samoas.
Samoas and the rah raisins.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's a new one.
Yeah. It's fairly new, but
Let's see what's up here. Crisp lemon cookies.
yeah, Savannah Smiles.
Trefoils. Trefoils, I think, are the ones that they remind me of the old-fashioned Girl Scout cookie, I think, with sugar on them. That's what they were. And then you've got the Samoas, which I know is a big hit.
Yeah.
And looks like you've got a peanut butter cookie.
Yeah, the Do-si-dos.
Yeah. And then the tag-alongs. I like the tag-alongs. Thin Mints, that's always a big seller.
Yeah.
Now these down here, these are not the...
That's just another order form.
Okay, good. So you got quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types that you can order. Now, how much are they a box this year?
Well, we actually have 8 cookies.
Okay.
We added a new gluten-free one last year. And it's like a butter cookie with toffee bits.
Oh, really?
But since it's gluten-free, it's $5 per box instead of these 7 for $4 a box.
So these here are $4 a box now?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember when they were 50 cents a box.
I remember when they were $3.50.
Really? Yeah. But now, when you order a box of cookies, where the money go? Do you get most of that for yourself to use for your projects, your uniforms, badges? What does the troop get for? Any idea how much they get out of that $4?
We get a certain percentage. I'm not exactly sure how much, but the girls also get, themselves. They get a portion of it.
Yeah.
Like depending on how many boxes they sell, they could get a dime or per box, or 30 cents per box. So it's a pretty wide range. Well, not really, but
Yeah. Now and that also you can use that to go to Girl Scout camp, right?
yeah. And on the EF tours, there's one that's like a Dublin, London, and Paris.
London and Paris.
And
Oh
Dublin.
boy, that sounds like good trips.
And then there's also one that I was hoping to go on, but I'm probably not going to.
What's that?
It's to London. You just kind of take a tour of the entire city, and if you want the extended 8-day trip, you can go to see the making of Harry Potter.
Oh really? Yeah. So that took place in London then, huh?
Yeah.
see the castles like Buckingham Palace, where Queen Elizabeth is, all the other ones, Sherwood Forest, where supposedly Robin Hood ran around, and maybe see Liverpool, where the Beatles and all them were, and
Yeah, I'm not sure on the specifics, but some of those places I'm pretty sure we would go to.
yeah, that was interesting. It really does. Now, where's the Girl Scout camp now located?
There are a lot of them, really. I'm actually not quite sure. I don't usually go to Girl Scout camp.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, but it is, I think, still a 2-week deal if you want to go to Girl Scout camp. It's still 2 weeks, is it?
For most, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Others, there's like 4 days.
4 days.
And there's still one in Thetford, Vermont, Bedford.
I was trying to think of the name of it because I've heard of it before.
Yeah, there's Camp Kettleford.
Camp what?
Camp Kettleford.
That's the one, yeah. I've heard that one before. Well, that's good. Now, Ed, do you have to do any kind of, now, I know you got a lot of badges on there.
Well, actually not really, but yeah.
Well,
You can.
who had the, was that one you, you had, Dawn, you had one of the badges. But on your vest though, Amanda, you've got, I know you've got like a flag and something else that pin.
Oh, yeah.
What's that for?
I really wish I could tell you. I am not quite
Okay.
sure.
They're your membership pins.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this one though, like, that's membership too.
I don't know what that one is.
Okay, and the one down here with like rainbows, it looks like that right there.
Oh, yeah, that's the bridging to Brownies.
Oh, really? Yeah,
So from Daisy to Brownie, that's what you get.
yeah. And then what you got, like an eagle there or something? I can see the wings.
Oh, yeah, the wings.
Yeah.
I forget what
That's
those are.
flying up from Brownies to Jones.
Oh, that's Brownies Juniors?
I think so.
Okay.
Wow. That one there is loaded with badges on it, Dawn. How did, now, who had, that was one of your
My
girls?
daughters.
Your daughters. And some of those I can see yard sale. You get a badge for a yard sale?
Oh, yeah, they have badges for everything.
Drive-in movie.
Yep.
I survived camp, okay, and.
Yeah, we did that recently.
Did you? Yeah. And what was some of those I can see there?
Rocking Horse Ranch was our one of our big
Rocking-
trips. We've been twice in Highland, New York.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And then you got 100th something anniversary or something, yeah?
Yeah, 100-year.
And then I
anniversary.
see one for Pawtuckaway State Park.
Yep, we went camping and letterboxing.
Oh, boy. Roller skating. You wouldn't want to hear it the first time I ever went roller skating. I never made it across the floor.
I did worse.
Oh, I thought it was easy, and I got on that floor with my skates, and I had to crawl around the side of the rink, and the guy said, "You gotta get off the rink." I said, "Well, I'm trying to."
I couldn't even get on the rink.
Oh, it was horrible.
It just kept falling every time I stood up.
We went down, Bedford, New Hampshire had a roller rink down there one time, the roller, what I called it, and the roller rammer or something, but anyway, it was, we thought it would be fun. Oh, brother, that was so embarrassing all night. I said, I guess I can take the roller derby and keep it. And then you've got fire rescue tour,
Yep.
Camp Chinook, is it? Or Camp
Farnsworth.
down the bottom there.
Chinoa?
Chinoa.
Yeah,
That was before Chinoa was sold.
yeah. TD, is that TD Bank badge?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. They come in and they did like financial literacy. I don't think you were there.
I wasn't here.
They did a financial literacy for them.
Wow,
And you can actually
interesting.
go in for a tour of the bank.
Well, that's good, yeah. My wife works at that TD Bank, so. Yeah, interesting. And something village at Sturbridge, old
Yes,
Sturbridge.
Village.
I bet that was
Yeah,
interesting.
we went around. Did you go?
No.
No. We went around Thanksgiving last
Really?
year.
Oh, really?
So they kind of themed it towards
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
I don't think I was here last year. Around
I think you started after that.
Yeah.
How many years have you been a Girl Scout, Amanda?
Well, I was in for like the 2 years of Daisies and
Yeah.
Brownies, so, but I skipped my juniors because in the town I was in, there wasn't a
Oh,
junior
really?
troop. so I kind of had to skip those.
Oh, that's bad.
And I'm in my second year of cadets, so
Oh,
6
good.
years.
Good. Now, the Girl Scouting is, I know they used to have the brownies. Now they've got, what, daisies or something? And
Yeah,
then,
daisies.
and then brownies, and I don't know what else they got. And
There's
then
daisies, brownies.
Juniors,
Juniors.
cadets.
juniors, cadets.
Seniors,
Seniors, and
ambassadors.
Now, when do you change from the brown uniform to the Girl Scout green or whatever, or that's like that?
Fourth
Uh,
grade.
4th year? Oh, yeah.
4th year?
Like you do your first 4 years and then you changed brown.
Hmm.
And then,
Then they used to be the seniors, and they used to wear like a blue cap and a blue outfit. And I don't know what they did after they graduated or what, but I remember those uniforms. And how many girls are in your troop now?
9, I think?
Yeah.
9.
Well, that's good. You have a good time then. Is it hard to get your friends to join? Are they not interested, or how's that go?
I don't know. I mean, I think some people might think it's for little kids,
Yeah.
when it really isn't. I mean, you can be in Girl Scouts your entire life. 'Cause, you know, you can be an ambassador and then you can become a leader,
Mm.
and have your, like, daughter or whatever, like, just be in Girl Scouts as well. So
Okay.
it's a lifelong commitment if you want it.
Sure, sure. Oh, Girl Scouting, like Boy Scouting, it's a good organization. And now, back to the cookie drive, I assume that they've changed somewhat. Do you go house to house like they used to? I thought for a while they wanted them to go in pairs or go to the neighborhoods they knew. But you can also order them offline now, right, on the computer?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, do you get credit for that if you tell people to do that, or how does someone get credit for that?
Each girl opens their own account,
Okay,
so they would go to their, what's called digital cookie,
yeah.
and order directly from her, or there's also an
Hmm.
area on the Girl Scout website that they can
Really?
go in and order. And there's also a list of cookie booths near people within the Girl Scout website as well.
Oh, good. Now, I also know lately they've been sending some cookies over to the service armed forces every year.
Yes.
How many boxes, an idea, how many boxes did you sell last year?
Well, combined with cookie booths,
Yeah?
I sold about 500, a little less
Wow.
than.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I sold 300 this way.
Yeah.
Well, my
Yeah.
mom and I sold 300 this way.
Yeah?
And then there was cookie booths,
Hmm,
where I got
good.
the other 150 or so.
Very good, good, so. Well, you know, it's a great fundraiser, obviously, because you can, there used to be a store in Concord when I was a kid, it was called the Youth Center. And you could go in and buy, they used to have all kinds of Girl Scout brownie supplies there. Of course, they're long gone now, that's what was on North Main Street down by Viking House. But they used to have all kinds of Girl Scout uniforms there and everything, brownies and all the equipment. But have they ever had you do a camp out in the wintertime, like the boys do?
I've never done that now.
Oh. I've always wanted when I was younger, but no thank you, not now.
We're going on a winter camping trip.
But
You are?
But we're cheating and we're going to a cabin.
Well, hey, that's fine, get a good, that's what I would do as a camper, get a good fire going, you know, wood fire or something, and, you know, put a sleeping bag down near the fireplace or something like that, and that
Yeah.
would be fun. I know myself, we owned a cottage in New York, Maine for many, 50 years or more, and I always told my folks, I think it would be fun to go down there for one night. You know, we would shut off the bedroom part and just have the wood fire going, or whatever, the electric stove or whatever, and sleep out there, and it'd be fun just for one night, but nobody took me up on the offer, so, but, yeah, that would be different, and, you know, and the trouble is, you know, we're so used to computers and all that stuff, what would you do for one night? You had no electricity maybe, but just games and sing-alongs and, Yeah, I think well, I'm old-fashioned, but I think that'd be fun, but, you know, kids today tend to be too much on the computer or on whatever, but I think it'd be fun. I was reading somewhere where they were saying it'd be nice to get the kids or the families back to playing board games again. And I haven't played a board game in ages.
Well, the thing is, they actually have an app for that.
They do?
So, yeah,
They
they've
really
got
do?
Monopoly apps and Scrabble. It's
Really?
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you can like invite your friends or your parents if you friend them, and then you can play a board game with them that way.
Really?
So it's really, you don't have to get unplugged to play a game with your family anymore.
Boy, we used to have all those games when I was a kid. Monopoly, Easy Money.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, well, Easy Money was somewhat like Monopoly in a way. It was, let's see now, Monopoly was Pocket Brothers, I think, and Easy Money was the other competition for games. But we had that, and we had Scrabble, Clue, Battleship, which I never figured that one out.
Yeah, I don't get much of it.
Parcheesi, remember that one? Oh, there's one that used to hit the bubble there. What was it?
Trouble?
Trouble, that was it. And then you had, when you slapped your hand down on it, it was like hands, what the heck was that one? You had to slap your hand down or something. And Password was another one we had. It was just amazing, all the board games, you know, and Life, the game of Life now, that was out there.
That's
Candyland, of course, that was another one, I didn't have that one. But
I did grow up on Candyland though.
you did grow up in Candyland?
Yeah, that used to be my family's favorite game
Really? Yeah?
because I was, you know, it was an easy game for a little kid.
Yes, it was.
So,
And of course, you had all the card games that you could play, especially Old Maid. That was always one of our favorite ones, Old Maid.
I've never played
You've
that.
never played that one?
No.
Yeah, it was a card game where you had your cards and you would take one from you, or you take one from the next person, that next one from me, and if you got stuck with this one card that had a picture of an older lady, that was the Old Maid. And so when the cards all got down, if you got the last one in your hand was the Old Maid, you were out. So, I'm aging myself now. But anyway, but scouting, I mean, really, scouting can be really fun. And camping weekend or camp out, it's got to be an experience. I know when I was working with the Junior Grange, I had a camp out weekend for the boys and girls who were in the Grange, and they were 5 to 14 up at Camp Spalding in Concord. And it was quite an interesting thing, you know, and the kids do that stuff. But you must go swimming in the summertime or boating. Do you have badges for that too? You
I
do?
wasn't here for that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Girl Scouts
she's
do.
got a kayaking or
Yeah.
canoeing badge.
Really? Yeah. So, well, that's great, Amanda. I think it's great, and I'm hoping that, obviously, always be very careful when you go into houses trying to sell cookies. Make sure you go to some places you know. If you don't know who they are, don't go. Or it's like Halloween when you go out trick or treating. You know, don't go to neighborhoods that don't look that good, or if you don't know them, don't. You know, just go to places that are safe. You know, your mother or dad will take it to work for you, and see if they'll buy cookies that way.
Mm. Yeah, my mom's really the reason why I'm always the top seller.
Yeah.
Everyone at the DMV loves
Oh,
me
really?
and knows me, so they always want to buy my cookies.
She works at DMV.
Yeah.
Ah, good, good. Well, that's a place to take them. I know when I worked at DMV, I used to work at licensing years ago. You know, or if I worked in a factory or something, everybody would have if they had kids, they'd come in with the cookie sales. And you always had to buy a couple of boxes of everybody's. There was one cookie that came out a number of years ago that I really liked. It had a chocolate on the bottom and a vanilla sugar cookie on top.
I forget the name of them.
I can think, it was a special anniversary cookie, a special.
All about.
Yeah, all of it. That was a good cookie, and I never kept that. But we all have our special ones. But And then on, now do you have like after you're in Girl Scouting, you graduate, and then what do you do after that? Have you thought about, now you must be in what grade you were in?
I'm in 8th.
8th grade, wow. So you go to Rumlet now?
Yes.
How do you like Rumlet?
I love it.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
I went there, of course it was Rumlet Junior High when I went there, and that was grade 7th, 8th, and 9th. And I hated it. Yeah, I'm sure it's much better now, but back then it was, oh boy. That was not the greatest, but anyway, but I shouldn't say that, but it's different. It was different coming from an elementary school. We were in a dame school here in the Heights, that's where I went. It was kindergarten through 6th grade. And then after that, we had move-up day at 6th grade. One day, went down to Rumlet and gave us a tour of that big school. Like, oh boy, it was different. But so did most of the Girl Scouts from your troop go there? Or some still in 6th grade or some 7th grade?
We've got Sam's in 6th grade, right?
7.
Oh, okay, so.
Our girls are 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Now, do you have like a recruiting day at the school for Girl Scouts? Do you?
They do.
They do?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like, isn't that
They usually do the open
back to school day?
houses.
Or back to school day? Yeah.
Yeah, how does that work out? Do kids get interested? Do they come and show some interest maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good because, you know, it is sad that because for some reason, kids nowadays, and I'm sure you are too, Amanda, as you get going up through the years, you're going to find that your schedule gets busy. But if you could still find us that little time to be a Girl Scout, it's going to be good. You know, I think the best part that I found, I was a Cub Scout just for maybe 1 year because our leader gave up here on the Heights and they never got it formed again. But the thing I think I like it the most is that when you can go and visit the elderly or go to the hospital, you know, and visit somebody, especially like at Thanksgiving, you would do maybe Christmas caroling or something. You know,
Did that last
they love it, you know, and that's what the scouting is all about. You know, helping
year.
others.
And friendships.
Friendship, exactly. You know, and so don't let any kid, any other student, tell you that being a scout is stupid, because it's not. They're the stupid ones, because it's a good organization, and you know, you're going to get a lot out of it. So, now, can you stay in that until your 12th grade, or no? You can, Dawn.
Yeah, we have ambassadors, and that's like,
12.
that's like 11, 12, I guess.
Now, you march in parades, I know that, although we don't see you much in the, what's funny is we don't see them much in the Memorial Day parade anymore. But we do see my Christmas parade, and it's great to see them there.
Yeah.
And I think this is the right one, I think this is the right one. Yeah, that's right. I know at my awards night last year, this last year, we gave them a trophy. Well, they weren't supposed to get trophies, you're supposed to get a plaque. So you can take this back to your troop. And I was so upset when I saw those trophies. I could have, whatever, but anyway, so I've got the plaques now, I'm getting them out finally. But it's good to see the scouts marching in parades, you know. But I know for years that we'd see all scouts in Memorial Day, but I don't know why.
I think Memorial Day, we have a hard time keeping kids because a lot of people go away.
That's what happened, and I say that, I've said that too, because when it used to be on the regular day, May 30th, people I don't think tended to go away as much.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a 3-day holiday weekend, people go away. And, you know, who's gonna come back early if it's a hot Monday or whatever, you know? And the Boy Scouts, there's some troops, but not many, but, you know, it's just as I started to say is that, you know, as you get older, you're gonna find that your school activities are going to get bigger, more involved maybe. Are you in any school clubs? Do you play an instrument, do you? Do you like any sports?
I am in chamber chorus.
Oh,
at
good.
school,
Oh,
and
good.
regular chorus.
Good.
And I play soccer,
Do you?
both indoor and outdoor.
Oh, boy.
So,
Yeah.
man, this.
Yeah. Well, that's good. But, yeah, so that will take up a lot of your time, it will. So, but still, try to find that little time for Girl Scouting.
Yeah.
And
We meet on Friday night, so it's really not that hard.
no, that's
Yeah,
not too
definitely
bad.
is.
That's not bad. And you meet right over here at the church. And what happens at a meeting? Do you start out with the prayer and Star Spangled Pledge of Allegiance? Do you do that?
Yeah, we start off with the opening, which consists of the Pledge of Allegiance, the Girl Scout Law, and the Girl Scout Promise. And don't ask me to recite because I am very
Well,
bad
I was
at it.
all ready for that. Now, what's the Girl Scout Law? I've never heard of that one.
I don't know. It just says what we promise to do.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
Yeah?
and that pretty much is what the Girl Scout Promise is.
Okay. Like the
That's
Girl
just-
Scout Pledge.
Shortened.
Yeah,
A lot easier to remember.
sure. Yeah. Well, gee, here I was going to say, how about doing the pledge when it's Brian to show up? And, oh, well, you'll have to practice on that. And next time you come on, you'll be ready to say it then. Maybe your friends will come with you or something.
Yeah.
But we are getting ready to come to a close. And you've done a great job being on TV. See, it's all tape. Ian's not going to bite you, and he does a great job. And, yeah,
It's not too hard, right?
no, not hard at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't come into the screen.
Well, they've got her a little bit sometimes. You can hear her talking. You'll hear her voice there. So,
Yeah.
and it's very hard because too is to find leaders. Now, Dawn, do you have a hard time getting some assistants to help you?
I've been very lucky.
Good.
And the help as far as families and even not just leaders. We've been
Yeah.
very lucky with parents that are involved.
Good.
But there's a lot of troops out there that are not as lucky as we are.
Oh, I'm sure. That's
Because
why.
it is hard to, especially
Yeah.
the younger age groups,
Yeah.
it's harder to find, because there's a lot more of them
Sure.
that want to be in Girl Scouts, that it's hard to find the leaders for
That's the
the younger
trouble.
girls.
Well, and the trouble nowadays too is because it's become so strict. You've got to be very careful being a leader. And the group has to be very careful who they choose. Because they don't want, there's so many things that happen out there and you just never know. But that is the problem, finding leaders. People who are committed to working with kids. So. But with that in mind, we're going to say thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome, and promote the Girl Scout cookies, and let's see if we can get a picture of that. Ian, I don't know if I can get that or not, but we'll have to get some orders there and see if we can get them out there. And when do the sales stop anyway?
The end of January, right?
The end of January is the end of
Well,
initial orders.
yeah, the end of
But
these,
there'll be
but-
cookie booths up until the first week in April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cookie booths, and then this is only for a month. But in a month, you can still get 300.
Oh, good.
So-
I bet you'll get them. Yeah, I bet you will. So, okay, with that in mind, I'm your host, Dick Patten. It's been a pleasure having you on around town, and we congratulate you and wish you well this year, and both in school and in scouting.
Thank you.
And thank you to Dawn for her commitment to the Girl Scouts as well. And hopefully we'll see you in the Christmas parade in the fall.
Yeah.
All right? Very good. Thank you, Ian. That's Around Town. I'm your host, Dick Patten.